Guild Boss 5 loot. Welcome back to another Bit Legends video, fellas. So, if you've been able to take a peek at the Guild Boss 5 loot, you were able to see this before, and they have added in the other drops. So I'll be showing that today. But this is all the set pieces, so Guild Boss 5 can drop any of the set pieces when it's dead. You can get the materials that you need to make the new ancient axe that nobody has yet. But this is the drop table right here when the boss dies, and I believe you get 4 items out of here. 4 items out of here. That's when the boss dies. If you look at the health bar of the boss, when the boss gets down to 60%, if I click on the star on the boss, so right under the word machinery, under the boss's name, God of Machinery, right under machinery, if I click on the star, it's a tiny, tiny button. Wire button's that small, but here it is. So I can check this out. Let's see, so raw sunstone, you click on that, it turns into any of the other colors. Okay, great, that's gonna be interesting. But we're gonna run through all the mythics, and you're definitely gonna wanna watch this one, so check it out. There's a lot. The percent bonuses on these mythics are crazy, crazy high. I believe the total stats of the base here is the same total stats of a Guild Boss set item. So, and I think that's like, what, 738 if you max it, I think, something I don't remember. But anyways, so same total stats as a set item, I am told, but look at that. A lot of bonuses there, so we're just gonna click on through. Like for a tank, this is crazy. Obviously, I'm wearing the tank set necklace, so you can compare the two side by side. That's pretty crazy, man. Elemental resistance, one of these days I'll look at the math and maybe I'll do a video on it if it's compelling, but I think elemental resistance basically acts like damage mitigation. I wouldn't add them together, but I don't know. We need to get in that math someday. Look at this thing. This is basically the exact same thing as the Guild Boss set neck. However, it doesn't have the set bonus, right? I think so. But that's obviously an item that people would want to use. You know, this is where, you know, maybe not this strong, but this is where the other mythics from the guild bosses should have been. You should never see a mythic and be like, oh, it's a piece of trash. All right, who wants trash? Who wants to salvage it for material, for nuggets? You want items from the guild bosses to just be like, wow, I can actually use this. Does this mean I need to change my build? It might. This is a back piece. And if you're a photon user, like, you could use that. That might even be better. So we might have to refigure. We're probably going to have to refigure the new best in slot lists and things like that. I actually have a dream of using an all mythic build that is actually equal to, or better than, hopefully equal to, a guild boss set. And then you'd have more choice. You could choose what items you want to do instead of being like, okay, well, here's the set. I'll do, you know, this set and that set. You get more choice. All right, whatever. Let me speed this thing up a little bit. Speed and EM damage. I mean, come on. The utility of this stuff is just crazy. 20% hit points, you're going to see that on a lot of pieces. You could argue that this is better than the raid back piece. It's harder to get than the raid back piece, I would say. So it probably should be, but I mean, goodness gracious. Compare this to the raid back piece. That gives you, I think, 2% reflect. And the 2-piece bonus from raid would give you 35 or 36 hit point percentage. So I mean, you're right in there, man. You're right in there. And I'm sure these cosmetics are baller. It kind of looks like the cosmetics might actually be very similar to the gear that the guild bosses are wearing, which makes sense. I mean, you're destroying guild bosses to get this smite and radiation damage. Look at this thing, 30% crit damage, 6% crit. What? Are you kidding me? This is gotta, I think this is the new best. I think this is the new best. What else? So that was the Siren's Pressure. We just saw that. Another tank piece. This is miles ahead of Guild Boss set items, man. Even when you factor in the bonus. Like, what? It's just better. Goodness gracious. I mean, obviously this boss is more difficult, so it should be, but I think what's going to happen is guild boss gear is going to be like baseline, and then all this stuff is just going to be the new bis. But look at that. SP cost reduction doesn't really do anything for a tank. If you're a bounty hunter tank, you're getting a ton of SP to the point where it doesn't even matter. And if you're a kung fu tank, you're probably super slow like me, and you're not going to use skills much anyways. But hey, 4% damage mitigation, that's beautiful. Look at that, that's amazing. Let's click on the other star. So we're going to click on the other star under the word of, right above the chest. We're clicking on the star right there. Okay, we did it. Tiny button. Look at that, speed and healing. If you want to be a healer, healing obviously is going to help because you're healing, but speed is very important. You want to get your heals in time. If you heal really, massive heals, but you don't get the heal in time, target dies. And look at that, that's got to be a crazy cosmetic. Speed and healing again. This is better healer gear than healer gear. And then tank absorb. 3% absorb on its own is good enough to wear on its own. What in the world? 3% absorb is just good enough to wear on its own. 3% absorb is worth 6% damage mitigation, and this also has dodge and also has hit point percentage. It's not even close. It's not even close. Now, getting this stuff is going to be crazy, ridiculously difficult. Speed and smite. Is that a sub-weapon? Okay, is there any weapons? Yeah, there's weapons here. 40% crit damage, dude. What in the world? Block and hit point percentage. I mean, come on. Come on. I'm just going to be geeking out over the rest. This is a sub-weapon, but it's 30% cold damage, 5% damage. Absolute zero sword. Dude, what in the world is going on here? Speed and healing again, and SP cost reduction. So this is, depending on what the skills are, hopefully this has really good healer skills, but that is crazy. And then here, smite, sniper rifle. I think it's sniper rifles that have the plus 30% crit skills on the skills, so that's kind of cool. And then here, artillery, it's a Gatling gun, 20% hit points, 3% block, 2% absorb. This is crazy. Now, one thing I'm noticing is there's only one piece that has damage mitigation, and I think none of the pieces have reflect. I wonder if they're intentionally trying to rotate out some reflect and try to get those numbers down. I'm running around with 30%. And if I optimized everything, I could get very close to 50%. That's pretty crazy. So maybe they're wary of that, but do not overlook these pieces, man. This is crazy. I actually think killing this boss, I would rather get these mythic items than get the set pieces. Because now you can kill guild boss 1 through 4. You can get the set pieces. The access to those is not super difficult. I know there's only 3 guilds that have killed the guild boss force. I get it, but in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm sure there's going to be more guilds doing it, and the guilds that are doing it are going to kill them more times, and they're going to grow just like a Unity did. But I would actually prefer if they removed all the set pieces from here and just put those mythics in. I'd rather get a chance at 4 extra mythics, so 6 mythics total. But it's going to be very difficult. All those items are exciting. Everybody in your guild is going to want them. It's going to be super difficult to get a full set of those things, even though it's not really a set. But wow. So again, if you want to see them, you go into your Guild Boss 5 interface. You're going to click on the star on the health bar of the boss. So right under the word machinery, you get this one. And then you go right there above the treasure chest, that one, and you click the treasure chest too. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know where I'd be getting damage mitigation. I guess it's all chips, kung fu, and amplifiers. But other than that, I might have to do another picture and get all these items on there and just try to get them all in one place. Maybe theory craft some builds when I do that. I don't know. That's a lot of work. But, God, it's crazy. Sledge over here with his Thunder Fury plus 15. All right, we might have to have some Thunder Fury battles and see who wants to be brave and refine a bunch. I'm not feeling brave on refine. I'm not feeling it, guys. But anyways, all right. As always, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.